Hello! Last year I did a no buy / low buy year. I wasn't gonna hold myself to no buy, but the goal was no buy, specifically with clothing and buying new fast fashion clothes. That was more of my goal, and I thrifted about only 3 to 4 total pieces last year, so I'd call that a pretty good success. And this time I went to the thrift store and had the singular best time I have ever had. I was so lucky this time. It had been a while since I'd actually stepped foot in a thrift store, and specifically stepped foot in a thrift store to look for clothes. I've always had kind of a hard time thrifting. I think if you're anything above a size 4 or 6, you're probably gonna struggle a little bit. The thrifting gods just smiled down upon me. I also have my mom with me, and she is my thrifting good luck charm. I'm better at thrifting when I go with her. I'm luckier at thrifting, and then she is also one of the best thrifters I've ever seen in my life. If she was online, she'd probably be like the highest selling Depop reseller ever. She is so good at finding things at thrift stores. So I thought I would show you what I got. It's a really good mixture of things that I will just wear as is that I found that I thought were pretty, and the other half is things that I'm going to thrift flip. I'm trying to do this new thing at thrift stores that other people have been doing for a very long time. Find things that maybe have good bones, but that probably most people who are thrifting wouldn't pick up because they're not stylish, or there's just a couple of weird stylistic choices. And since I know how to sew, I can actually save that piece of clothing. I also get very easily overstimulated at thrift stores. I don't know what it is, so I don't try things on. So when I got home, this was a surprise for me, how everything fit. I was actually going to take you guys thrifting with me, and then I got to the store and I just knew that wasn't going to happen. But I did get a few shots, and those shots happened to be a lot of like almost like things that I had in my cart and then ended up putting back. So I thought I'd just show that to you real quick. So first up was the reason I actually went to the thrift store, which was to pick up some men's button downs. There's just so many at the thrift store. So I have a couple of flips that I want to try with them. And there were a lot of good ones, but I tried to pick ones that were kind of unique in their patterns or their colors. Then I saw this plaid tablecloth, but I ended up putting it back because I didn't have any actual plans for that type of fabric, and it was a bit on the heavy side. Then I saw this really cute red plaid shift dress, but it was 100% polyester, and I'm typically looking for at least a cotton poly mix. I saw quite a few cute plaid and fall skirts, but my mom literally found the most beautiful one, and I'll show you that in a bit. And lastly, I saw this fancy little lad, but if I bought him, then I'd feel like he would need a friend, and I'm trying not to buy too many trinkets. That's gonna roll down that hill way too fast for me and get out of control. Okay, let's get on to what I actually bought. I would say in my 12 years of thrifting, I've only ever thrifted like 2 pairs of pants, maybe 3 in all my years of thrifting. And in this one trip, I found 2. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but for someone who has been thrifting for about 12 years and has only ever found 2 pairs in all that time, this felt amazing. First up, I found this pair of Wrangler carpenter jeans. By the way, all the bottoms are $5.99. This is kind of a straight cut, relaxed fit. You can see the Wrangler on the back of the pocket. It's also very light. I've never felt a pair of jeans that are this light before. They don't stretch that much, but that's fine. The fit is really good for me. So they're a gray denim that is very light but sturdy with just the tiniest bit of stretch, just like little tiny bit. And they are well loved before me. There's some fraying at the back hems of the jeans. So this person must have been a bit shorter than me because these don't even come close to hitting the floor. The only thing is that the button has popped off the front, but the waistband is actually just like a little bit too large for me. So what I think I'm gonna do is just put the button, here's the little hole, I'm gonna move it an inch over, and that way it just fits a little bit better. And it's not punctured all the way through, so it's not useless, this waistband right here. So all I have to do is put a little button on there, and these are going to be my new favorite pair of pants, probably. Next up is my second pair of pants that I found, and these are kind of like a fashionable cargo pant, which is really cool. They're by Jessica Simpson, which I've never had a Jessica Simpson piece of clothing before. But again, just really, really light and comfortable and stretchy. These actually don't feel very worn. I mean, the hem is a little bit light as if it's been brushed against the bottom, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was only worn a few times, so this feels relatively new. These are a wide leg, but they're not too wide of a leg. There's always a line for me where I just feel like I'm getting swallowed up by the leg, and I don't feel that here. And I'm really happy that I get to just check both of these pants off of my thrifting list now. Next up is one of my very, very few fails. In fact, I don't know if I have any other like true fails in this video, but it's this stretchy skirt that I bought. When I saw it on the hanger, I actually thought this was just like fate, extreme luck or something, because I've been wanting to make myself one of these black skirts, or maybe they're skirts, but I wanted to make a skirt version because of course I did. I love skirts. They just feel so versatile. I've been seeing them on everyone, and I bought myself some black jersey, heavy jersey. Is it jersey? It's an athletic, stretchy fabric. I kind of forget what it is. And I was going to make myself a pair at some point, maybe in like late summer, early fall. And I thought that this could be the thing that I could do instead of sewing it, and I wouldn't have to sew it because I thrifted it. It doesn't fit the way I want it to. I kind of want it to come away from the body and be an A-line. This does not do that. It fits like a pencil skirt. I mean, it's really comfortable. I do not like pencil skirts on me at all. They're one of my least favorite styles on me, so that's a bummer. Next up, this has to go to dry cleaning, that's the one thing about this, because I don't dry clean, but I am currently about to take it to go to dry cleaning. It is a beautiful maxi midi plaid skirt. It's a button up on the side closure, and it is beautiful. It looks very fancy to me. Now, like I said, it has accordion pleats, so I'll have to dry clean it. I probably won't wear this very often, but it is very beautiful and it feels like it's really good quality. Next up are dresses, and they were $7.99 each. I bought two. This is one that is gonna be a thrift flip for me. I don't quite know what I'm doing, but it's a very, very light, pretty fabric. It's just a really weird shape. I don't think anybody would really buy this, in my opinion. It's a strange design. It's from Time and True. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that company before, but it is 100% cotton. It has this dropped waist with shirring on it, and some of you know how much I love shirring, but I think this will start to move up my hips and be way too short. So I'm thinking of moving the shirring up to my waist or even higher and make this into a light top. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to buy things that I don't think other people will pick up because they're just a little too strange, but they have good bones because like I said, this is 100% cotton, but we'll sit with this one. This one I'm not 100% sure. I have other thrift flips that I know 100% what I'm going to do with it. This is not one of them. I have no clue. I just think it's good fabric. Next up is a dress that I also thought was going to be a thrift flip, but when I got home and tried it on, I thought it was so cute. So we're just keeping it as is, but there is one thing we have to change. This is Old Navy, I believe. Yeah, and it's 100% cotton, and I think it's a pretty well-known fact that Old Navy's dresses are pretty great. They're usually made out of 100% cotton, which is good. This Empire Pure waist with this gingham fabric, and I really liked the gingham. I wanted to do something with it, but then I got home and I actually liked this a lot. Originally, I didn't know if I liked how high the waist was, but as I've been looking at it and trying it on and everything, I love it. I even love the high-waistedness of it. It's just such a cute little summery dress. So I'm really glad that I'm not gonna have to do anything to this. Well, I don't have to thrift flip it, but what I do have to do is, if you can't tell, I don't think I own a bra that wouldn't show up underneath this dress, so I'm going to have to add some kind of like lace trim or something to the entirety of the neckline, but that's a pretty easy addition for me, so we'll do that when we can. And I'm so happy that I don't actually have to thrift flip this dress. It's pretty perfect already. Next up is tops. This is by far the largest category because I have a couple of thrift flips in mind, but let's start off with the top that you've already seen because I was wearing it with the pants. I have been on the lookout for kind of like Y2k 90s inspired, or just Y2k and 90s tops at the thrift store, because I just think they have really cool details to them. Either the pattern is really cool or there's just a really interesting stylistic addition to it, and I loved the square neckline on this. This convinced me that I actually really, really love square necklines. I think it's my new favorite thing. And also the color is really pretty. It's almost like a really dark periwinkle, somewhere between lavender and blue. Really like this. The only problem that I did not see when I was thrifting it, I swear Goodwill does this kind of lighting on purpose, I did not see the stains. They were very apparent when I came home. However, since I got home, I have treated this with a stain stick, and then I put it into the wash a few days later. It completely came out. So yay. By the way, this was by Jones, New York. Next up, I don't typically buy anything in white because I will stain literally anything I'm wearing within 5 minutes. I'm so bad at it, but this was so pretty and I can always dye it later if I want to because I believe this is a cotton poly mix. It's actually 50% rayon and then 30 poly and then 20 nylon. Okay, this is by Cyrus. I've never heard of this company before, but I really loved, first of all, the silhouette with the little cap sleeve and the pattern of this little stitch in the middle and these eyelets. I just think all together is such a beautiful mixture. I just couldn't pass it up. And I really like the fit on me. I just think it's such a great little sweater for when it's not too cold outside, maybe just like a little chilly. It's relatively light. So I'm excited to wear this, not now because it's 90 degrees outside today, but sometime in the near future, maybe in September or October. Next up is a women's button down that I found. Again, something that I didn't think a lot of people would necessarily pick up. And by the way, if you think any of these things that I'm going to thrift flip are actually really cute, I'm going off of my own personal style of what I think other people wouldn't like, but that doesn't mean you couldn't just wear them as is. I'm going off of my own personal opinion, but I'm sure there are ways to style all these things that are so cute. And one of those things is this button down that I cannot show you in person because I've already mostly flipped it. I have one more step to do, but it is this floral patterned chambray women's button down. And I thought this would make such a cute little summer top thrift flip into kind of those like corset cover inspired bustier tops. I've been seeing these everywhere and I've been wanting one for a while, and I found a sewing pattern that I think would work really well. I'll be showing this flip in, I think, the next video that's coming after this, if I remember correctly. In fact, I love this idea so much that I also found this other men's button down that I think would make a great fall version. So do a summer version with a chambray and then do a fall version of the same top. It has this little ditzy floral pattern on it, which is just really pretty and unique, and I think this would make like a good Halloween fall version. And again, this is just a really comfy light button down from Bonobos. We're switching. So now that we've started on the men's button downs, just know there's several coming up. So I'm gonna kind of try to breeze through these because these are mostly thrift flips. So there's not really a lot to show you and it's gonna get really repetitive. But I found 4 similarly sized men's button downs. This one's from Oliver Harris. It's really cool. It's got a green color with this plaid on it. And there's a really added great thing for me, which is that it has a hole in it. So nobody else would buy this because there's a hole in it. So it's perfect for me to buy and then flip. I did a video where I kind of showed you guys some of my upcoming designs. I don't know when I'm going to do this video specifically, but some point within the next year, where I want to take menswear from the thrift store and make it into a few designs. And one of them is to cut it into like 4 quadrants just to have a really cool layer to go over things, and cool in both the ways. Like it's cooling because it's nice and loose and light, and then it's also just a really interesting piece of clothing. And then with the leftovers from that, I would like to make a Vivienne Westwood inspired bustier top. Apparently I'm into bustier tops right now. But the other 3 look like this. There's this, oh, whoa. There's this red one from Chaps. It's got this nice little gingham pattern on it. So that would be another quadrant. This is kind of pinky slash red with this blue and white stripe. This is from LL Bean. Ooh. Well, that's kind of nice. What do I want to cut up an LL Bean one? I don't know. This one's from LL Bean. Looks like this. And then the last one for this like quadrants one, I found this blue one with a nice little pinstripe. I think it's white and off-white. Yeah, alternating with like a little tiny, almost looks red. It might be brown. And this one is from Hickey Freeman. Hickey? All right. I'm learning all types of names I didn't know. Yeah, this one's the last one. And those would all kind of be mixed together. All right, another button down for you. This one, I just want to keep this the same. I did not know this was this long. I didn't realize it until I brought it home. This is a long button down from a place called Rochester. And I just need some light layers for summer so that I can, you know, stay covered up and don't have to constantly put sunscreen on, but I'm not overheating from all the layers. But this one is a little bit too long. So what I think I'm gonna do is actually chop it off just a little bit. And then with that extra length at the bottom, I'm going to create little V's and make that into more of an A-line. You know how women's button downs have more of an A-line that comes away from the bottom body and men's are much more straight up and down. I want to make it into more of a women's silhouette. We're almost done with the men's button downs. Then I bought 2 flannel button downs. I actually thought they were exactly the same. I don't know why I thought that. I was going to do something like make a matching set or something with them, but I don't think I can do that because they are not exactly the same. I'm just going to show you one though, because they're relatively similar. You probably won't be able to tell the difference. This one's from CQR, and I actually really like this one. It's oversized, and I think it would make a nice layer for when it's early fall and it's not quite cold enough yet to wear like a jacket or something. So I'll keep this as is, but the other one that's a large, I saw this vest. It's a summery vest from ASOS, and I think I can do more of a fall version of that vest with this flannel top. So that's the plan for that smaller one. And then underneath that, I'm wearing something else that I thrifted, which is this Nirvana t-shirt. It's very well loved. It's quite old. Did I say the price of all of these tops? I don't know if I did. The tops are $4.99. There we go. I mean, it doesn't have any signage inside of it. I have no clue where this came from, but I'm thinking, and I don't know if any Nirvana fans would find this sacrilegious, of actually cropping it to just the bottom of the graphic to make it a little bit shorter, because I was thinking this would be really cute with my bloomers that I just made. I need baby tees, and I think because this is a very well-loved old shirt, it would make a good candidate for that. I'm getting closed in by my clothes. Next up is this really, really light top that I think would be perfect for August. It doesn't have a design tag. 85% cotton and 15% modal. That's tree pulp. Oh no, I didn't have oh gosh. I didn't have my mic on. Where was I? I need things in August when it's so humid and so hot outside that it will just stay off my body and doesn't really feel like I'm wearing anything. I actually made a top like this semi-recently, like a year ago. It takes a chunk of time to make, as you can probably tell, because of the beautiful pleating and everything. And I was really proud of it, but it's a little bit on the heavy side. It's actually really hard for me to style because it's too heavy of a fabric to wear in really hot weather, but it's too summery to wear in the fall. So instead of making myself another one and finding the fabric, I just bought one. There's a few more things after clothing, but this is the last clothing piece. I swear I've seen this top somewhere before. It's by Leia, and it's this cute little eyelet fabric with a cute little floral on it. At first, when I came home and I tried this on, I thought this was gonna be one of my other mistakes that I'd made, like the skirt, but I think I have the perfect solution of how to fix this shirt because I don't like off the shoulder tops. I thought I was going to completely thrift flip this into something, and then I got home and realized that it just kind of fits me as is, so there's not a whole lot I can do. But what I think I'm gonna do is take off this undersleeve, I don't need it, and just leave the cap sleeve, and then find some way to make the front into a square neckline, because as we've recently discovered, I love square necklines. And I think that will be really doable. It'll make a little pleat in the corner here somehow. That is it as far as clothes, but I do have a couple of more things, specifically fabric / home items. First up is this quilt. I was originally going to pass this up, but I'm pretty sure that this is homemade. And I do love quilts. I've had the same quilt on my bed since I was probably 6 years old. I have not been able to get rid of it. It's literally starting to fall apart, but I love this quilt so much. I'm a quilt fan. I think I will just try to fix it, and it will become probably the quilt on the back of this chair. This chair has so many stains on it from me. I've stained it with tea and coffee. So I need to find a way to kind of cover it. And I think that quilt just being draped over this chair would be quite beautiful. And then I won't have to have this very wintry crochet piece on it all the time to hide the stains. I love this piece. Another homemade piece that I found, but it's a little fall and winter. Next up is actually just something I'm going to use for fabric. This is a flat sheet that I found with just the most gorgeous little floral pattern on it. And it's perfect. It's a little cotton sheet for a dress. It's a nice lightness to it too. So it's a good fabric. I have so many like Etsy sewing patterns I have not used. Right now, my goal is to try to go through them and use them because they're just sitting there doing nothing. And I've just been using my same, I have like 3 or 4 patterns that I just use over and over and over again. And I want to experiment and I want to try all the ones that I bought. In fact, I've had this one Etsy like faux wrap dress for so long. The Etsy store closed down. It doesn't exist anymore. I'm going to hopefully be able to make this dress out of this fabric. I hope there's enough. I'm a little scared now If I can't, we'll reassess with what I can make with this. And then lastly, I bought this little sleeve iron. I cannot believe this was at the thrift store. It's really great, not just for sleeves, but for like detail work when you're sewing. I technically have one on my little ironing board that I've had for 15 years at this point. It's really great if you live in a small apartment or a place where you just can't have a huge ironing board all the time. The back part that has the sleeve portion, because there's a front and a back for the iron. I might have to show the ironing board so you guys know what I'm talking about. You can't really do much with it. It's too flat. There's not enough of a space for you to actually put fabric onto it. So this is great for a sewist like me. That is a very helpful little tool. Wow, I feel like I've been speaking for 5 million years. I won't be doing this very often. I watch thrift hauls all the time and people buy this much stuff like on a every other month, bi-monthly basis. And I can't do that. This might be one of the only times you ever see something like this from me, but I just had to show. I had to have it documented somewhere, my one lucky thrift haul. But that's gonna be it for me this week. I hope you had a good time watching. If you did, be sure to subscribe, liking, commenting also really helped me out. And I hope to see you back here next time. Bye.